board member who has a monetary interest or has conflict, including ex parte communication, should disclose now. And I will now ask the secretary to call the roll.
Calabro.
Here.
Booth.
Here.
Selesnik.
Here.
Schaefer.
Here.
Rubel.
Here.
Alternate Schrader's in
Here.
the audience. Trustee Augustine is in the audience. Zoning Inspector Wilson is in the audience. And are any of the trustees virtual? No. Thank you.
All right. All right, if we can start off by reading the legal notice, Judy.
The Hinckley Township Board of Zoning Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, September 28th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Administration Building located at 1410 Ridge Road, which is on the southwest corner of the intersection of State Routes 3 and 303. Subject of the hearing is as follows. An application for variance AP0269 was submitted by applicant Matthew Betley, property owner of 1294 Mattingly Road, Hinckley, Ohio, permanent parcel number 01603B20018, requesting to construct an accessory building at said property in a location that does not meet the front yard setback of not less than the principal building. Inspection of this property will take place on Saturday, September 24th, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. Zoning reference, Chapter 6, District Regulations, subsection 6R1.6.A.1 of the Hinckley Township Zoning Regulations. Copies of these applications and other supportive material will be available for public viewing from the date of this notice to the date of hearing at the Zoning Department located in the Administration Building at 1410 Ridge Road, Monday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and Friday 9 a.m. to noon. Information may also be found on the Hinckley website at www.hinkleytwp.org under Community tab, Township Highlights and News, titled Board of Zoning Appeals Public Hearing. All interested parties are asked to attend this hearing or to send written comments to the Hinckley Township Board of Zoning Appeals, P.O. Box 344, Hinckley, Ohio 44233. Log into www.hinkleytwp.org for Zoom option to observe/listen only. Must be in person to speak/participate in meeting.
All right, thank you. And have notices been sent to the appropriate property owners?
Yes, they have.
Okay, thank you. The Hinckley Township Board of Zoning Appeals acts within the authority of Section 519 of the Ohio Revised Code and exercises its powers as provided under Chapter 7 and 13 of the Hinckley Township Zoning Regulations. All public hearings are open to the public. All persons wishing to testify must do so from the podium and must identify themselves and give their residence's address. Must be sworn in, and evidence and testimony must be pertinent to this hearing. It is the chairman's discretion to limit personal comments, personal attacks, opinions, and/or repetitious statements or testimony or evidence previously given. Disruptive persons will lose the right to remain at this hearing, and personal attacks will not be tolerated. This is a hearing upon the application of Matthew Betley, property owner of the property at 1294 Mattingly Road, Hinckley, Ohio, for a variance from the enforcement of certain Hinckley Township zoning resolution sections to property owned by the applicant. The applicant has submitted a packet that includes the original variance application, a letter from the property owner, several pictures of the site, and site maps, all related to this variance request. Notice of application was properly given in local newspapers, and the application has been available for public review and comment. And did we receive any phone calls or any communication from or any kind of correspondence related to this?
Mm-hmm. There was an email from Matt Betley showing an example of proposed building, and there was an email from neighbor Brent Karpinski. There were no phone calls and no residents visited the office.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I'm assuming everybody on the board saw that email?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I note for the record that non-written communication made by known or unknown persons not under oath at a properly noticed hearing is not accepted by the Board of Appeals as testimony. Each member of the Board of Appeals has been provided a copy of this application and a copy of each of the other documents submitted in support of this application. And at this point, if we can poll the board to see if they have received the application and also if they have conducted a site visit.
Calabro,
Yes and yes, on Saturday, what was it, the
24th.
The 24th.
okay, who?
Yes and yes, Saturday, the 24th inspection.
Selesnik?
Yes and yes, Saturday, the 24th.
Schaefer?
Yes, yes, on the 24th.
Rubel?
Yes and yes on the 24th.
All right, thank you. Written communications from persons not present this evening may include communications that are not made by affidavit. Because these communications are not made by persons not under oath, they are not accepted by this board. I also note that written communications may include some writing by affidavit by persons that are not present this evening and therefore cannot be subjected to cross-examination. These affidavits, therefore, will not be given much weight, if any, in the decision of the board on this matter. This board does have the power to grant the applicant's request for a variance. And again, those people that wish to speak must do so from the podium and must state their name and address before addressing the board. We ask that the audience save any personal conversation for the meeting, for after the meeting, as additional voices sometimes confuse those attending virtually. And at this point, if I could ask the applicant to step up. If I could swear you in. I, and please state your name.
I, Matthew Bentley,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is your answer unto God.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
You just
Yep,
said it.
I do.
Thank you. All right, did you want to just give us a summary of what your variance request is about? And
Yes, I'm proposing to put a garage in front of my property due to the flooding issue because I'm next to the river. Looking at the face of the property on the left-hand side, we do have, if I were to put it there and be behind the house, it could possibly dam the water, which we've seen before. We've had water at the height of our existing garage. And I'm matching the floor height of that garage closer to the street in front of my property. It's basically the only place I have to put it without causing damage for the future. The reason for, we are going to have multiple drivers in the house and cars sitting in the driveway. I provided some pictures with everybody. We've had water that high that I'll probably be losing property at that point, and just trying to save our future investments.
okay, so it would be for storage, and you're stating that's really the only place you can put it on your property?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
That would be reasonable to get to, I guess.
When we were out there on Saturday, we talked about the other buildings you had,
Mhm.
and Tom Wilson and I looked at this,
Mhm.
and Tom wrote up a very nice letter.
Yes.
And with the building in front and the two accessory buildings that are existing, because one of them listed on the auditor's site no longer exists, you come to 4,818 square feet for a total, and you're allowed 4,900, so you got 82 feet left,
That's including, that would be including the new.
including the new building.
Yeah.
So that goes into the record that that cause that we thought might come up over here and possibly need some recalculation or whatever no longer exists because we found it won't apply. And so all we're looking at right now is the actual variance that you applied for, which is a house in front. With that being said, I'd like to know exactly how deep does the water in the front and the back of the yard get when it's flooding? And I mean, the worst flood you had, not.
The worst flood I had was at that 4 foot high. So if you're standing at the garage, so I shot grade prior to purchase, right around when I purchased the house. So the riverbed to the garage is a 8 foot grade drop. And we saw it rise in 2014 and hit that 8 foot. So it was rolling into the garage.
Okay.
Pretty close to it. Was, I mean, if you open the side door, you can see it.
Garage.
Yeah, correct. So that's the worst it's ever got, but it was just cresting in there. So that's the height that I would like to obviously match because of that. So, I mean, so the barn that is directly behind the house, that's at the one that was there on the property, the horse barn, pretty much.
Mhm.
That one saw 3 foot of water in it.
Right. Now,
So-
when you say nothing's even in it.
Nothing's in it. No, there's like,
You lost everything.
yeah, all the small motors and stuff like that. That's why I put a building in the back. Everything's back there. All the lawn equipment, everything's in the back, because I lost about, $15,000 worth of small stuff. And if, $20,000 total probably in that loss just in that building at the time.
Okay. And so you got the one in front over there that is going to be elevated 4 feet then. And why wouldn't you be able to build it in the back and raise that building 4 feet? I'm kind of guessing possibly because I don't know how you get a vehicle in and out with a flood, but
What, like next to my house or further back?
yeah, further back or,
Well, next to the house, that is the lowest spot in our leach bed is right behind our house right there. So
Okay.
the tightest spot I could be is directly next to the existing garage, which that's what I stated, that like if I put something there, all it's going to do is dam water up. So like right now the house is positioned so water kind of flows next to it. And that's why I put like the break wall around the outside patio and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So water does shed there. We've had water get up a foot up that wall already, and it does work. It sheds and it goes around even like the pool and everything like that. I know if something does crest higher than that, I'm going to have a world of hurt with the stuff that I already did.
Mhm.
But that being said, with the garage being elevated like that, and if I'm up there, worst case scenario that I've seen already, I get a couple inches of water on the tires of the vehicles. If I put it next to the house, like I said, I think I'm going to cause more damage damming it, because I've seen when a small dam happened in 2014 with that flood, that happened at the golf course, right around that area, just further down the river. And then once it broke free at 10 or at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was dropping a foot an hour. It's very scary, so I really wouldn't want to put myself in that position. So if this doesn't pass, there's no way I'm going to put it next to it, because I do think that it will end up harming the home.
So then if you really put it in the back of the house, then you're going to have to put either a driveway over the leach bed, which then would cause damming and also cause
Correct.
damming if you go around the other side of the house.
Well, I can't. The other side, the right side of the house is my cistern, and that comes really close to that other parcel that's there. So I can't even get it onto that side of the property.
Okay, so you really can't put in any kind of a driveway then.
No.
Having been in zoning as long as I have, this is a long problem that's been going on with that property you purchased.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we didn't actually get building plans
Correct.
for this, so you still don't have a current.
I don't have the exact prints done. I do not, because when I originally came, I proposed like something that I built,
Mhm.
and that's what I gave Tom originally, and then it was denied because the building was being in front, so he gave me everything back.
This here.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Structure wise, that's what I'm looking to do. Obviously, would have a little bit of a grade, what you see grade. I turned in something today. I did like a side elevation.
The left
Correct.
was right here.
Right. So I would have a 42-inch footer. Then I would have a 4-foot masonry wall. Then that would hit my garage floor level. Then the structure would be on top of that. As you guys saw, when it was staked out, it was roughly like, when you're standing on the ground, it was chest high where the ribbon was. The side of that, I would do the cultured stone to match the house coming down. I don't know if you care about that right now, but you wouldn't see just a big block wall sitting out. I would change the grade a little bit and hardscape the front of it and the sides, so it looked like, proper. It wouldn't be like just a barn sitting on stilts over there.
Okay, so then since
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask, this left elevation is, as you're looking out from your garage, this is what you see.
Correct. Well, if you're looking at from the street,
From the street.
Yeah,
and
that's-
also,
In the street.
yeah, both sides would be the
Both
same.
sides.
Yeah, correct.
okay.
Left and right would look similar with the grade. Yeah.
And the grade of this is the same as the grade of your current garage.
Where you say where it says the garage floor grade,
Right.
that is correct. That's exactly the same height shot.
This ramp right here, driving into it is the same elevation as what you have going into your garage.
That's correct. I would have the turnaround that you guys were parked in.
Mhm.
That would all have to be torn out, and I'd have to put a more gentle grade slope going into it, obviously just to get in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I may be missing it, but what's the width and depth of the footprint right now?
What I'm proposing?
Yes.
42 wide by 29 deep. That's, I think, written on the new paper that Tom just turned into. It gives, because that comes up with that new, I don't know if it was on there or not. That comes up with the new square footage though,
I got the square footage.
Okay.
But I don't see the,
the measurement.
unless I'm missing it somewhere here.
I think it comes to 1,218.
I see that,
Yeah.
but I didn't see the actual.
Yeah. 42 by 29 deep.
Okay.
Can I just ask, have you had an engineer formally study this to ensure that what you're going to do is going to,
For
for the
damming?
grading, increasing the grade? Is that actually going to fix the problem the way you want it to?
That's really not an engineering question on like the height or anything like that. It's pretty much the water flow of the property. I have to
Mhm.
still, once it get past my house structure, it still has to be able to flow. So I just need something out there so it's going around it.
Okay.
I mean, that's the best scenario too. And then Bill, as we were talking, I'm not even opposed to putting culvert pipes underneath the structure
Mhm.
just to not obstruct any water flow at all. And I'd be happy to do that. And that's going to come down when I talk to the county.
Okay. All right. Just checking on
yeah.
that because there's engineers that only do water flow studies.
Correct. Well, that's stuff I have to deal with.
But I think what you're building is not to solve your, you're still going to have the
I'm going to have
the
water.
issue,
Oh, yeah.
and you're still going to have, I think what you're stating is that where you're putting it on your property is the only place you can put it with, and try not to make it worse than it already is.
Correct. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Most of my questions have been answered.
Yeah.
Oh, just quickly,
Yeah.
were you aware of the zoning restriction preventing the outbuilding beyond the front
At
of
first
the
I was not.
building? Okay. All right. Thank you.
What's your total acreage of your property?
I think that one's like 17 something. And then I own that another parcel that's right next to it. That's 1.5 acres.
Okay.
So our total with both is 18.9.
Okay, and just to get it on the record, the purpose of this structure is for personal use. It is not to run a business.
100% personal use, and it's for the vehicles that are coming into the house.
All right. Any other questions?
No, I'm fine. You covered everything else.
Thank you.
Okay,
Anyone
thanks.
in the audience have any comments or questions? Tom, anything to?
No, I think it was covered very nicely.
Okay. Thank you. All right. At this point, we'll do the Duncan factors. There you go. Okay. All right. Will the property yield a reasonable return, or can there be a beneficial use of the property without the variance?
Rubel,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Zalesnik.
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Calabro,
Yes. Is the variance substantial?
Schaefer,
Yes.
Zalesnik.
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Calabro,
Yes.
Rubel,
Yes.
All right. Will the essential character of the neighborhood be substantially altered, or will adjoining property suffer a substantial detriment if the variance is granted?
Zalesnik.
No.
Who?
No.
Calabro,
No.
Rubel,
No.
Schaefer,
No.
All right. Will the variance adversely affect the delivery of governmental services?
Who?
No.
Calabro,
No.
Rubel,
No.
Schaefer,
No.
Zalesnik.
No.
All right. Did the property owner purchase the property with the knowledge of zoning restrictions?
Calabro,
No, is testified.
Rubel,
No.
Schaefer,
No.
Zalesnik.
No.
Who?
No.
Can the problem be solved by some manner other than the granting of a variance?
Rubel,
Yes.
Schaefer,
I would say no.
Zalesnik.
Based on the testimony, our inspection and photos and that, I'd say no.
Who?
No.
Calabro,
No. Does the variance preserve the spirit and intent of the zoning requirement, and will substantial justice be done by granting the variance?
Schaefer,
Yes.
Selesnik.
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Calabro,
Yes.
Rubel,
Yes.
All right. Any person adversely affected by the decision of the Board of Zoning Appeals may appeal to the Court of Common Pleas of Medina County on the grounds that such decision was unreasonable or unlawful. And at this point, do I have a formal resolution?
I make a motion for a variance AP 0269 was submitted by the applicant Matthew Bentley, property owner of 1294 Mattingly Road, Hinckley, Ohio, permanent parcel 01603B20018, requesting to construct an accessory building at the said property in a location that does not meet the front yard setback of not less than the principal building.
All right.
Second.
Second?
I'd like a modification on that.
Sure.
Since we don't have drawings, I'd like the square footage of the building and the footprint of, what was it, 49 by 24, was it?
42 by 29.
42 by 29, put in the motion, so we know exactly what this is going to be. And the square footage is 1,218 square feet.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to do exactly? Okay. Yeah, we can do that. But I think, you know, the variance is to request to put it in the front. That's basically, but we'll add that in there. It doesn't
Right.
hurt.
I think
Well,
that,
simply
in
because-
this case, I think it's important because of the buildings that are on the property right now.
Right, and we
Right,
don't,
to
and we
stay
don't
within
have the
the-
drawings.
Square footage. Okay. So requesting to construct and then size.
Requesting construct a square footage of a 1,002 or 1218 square foot and drawings.
Well, we don't need drawings, but just the footprint.
No, just insert that after the permanent parcel number.
Okay.
Requesting to construct an accessory building of 1,218 square feet at said property in a location.
Fine.
So just insert the sign,
121.
1,218 square feet.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Sure.
Can we do it a motion not to exceed a square footage of 1,300 since our is square footage? That way, if he has to go over just a little bit, he has some wiggle room.
No more than 1,300 square feet?
Excuse me.
Yeah, that
Is
would
everybody
be
okay with
fine.
that? Are you
Yeah.
okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So requesting to construct an accessory building of no more than 1,300 square feet,
Okay.
not to exceed 1,300 square feet.
Right.
Thank you.
13 square feet.
You want to just read that one little section there?
All right. Requesting to construct an accessory building of
Not to exceed
not to exceed 1,300 square feet
at said property.
at said property
And
in a location that does not meet the front yard setback.
Not less than the principal
Zero.
building. Okay. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I have
that
a
makes
second on
sense.
that?
Okay.
Thank you. Want a second?
Well, it's already been second again
Yes.
on the amendment.
All right, that's Dave. All right, if I can explain, a yes simple majority with a quorum present is in favor of the applicant, a no simple majority or a tie denies the applicant's request. And at this point, we can take a vote.
Calabro,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Selesnik.
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Rubel.
Yes.
All right, so you have been granted a variance 5-0. The applicant has 1 year from the date of this hearing to begin construction or to act on this approved request. Anyone adversely affected by this decision has 30 days from this date in which the minutes of the hearing are approved to file suit. Meeting minutes are typically approved at the next regular meeting, and upon approval of this hearing's minutes, such minutes will be posted and available on the township's website. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Bill, in a second?
Second.
All in favor, let's give it to Lindsay. And now in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned at, what time? At 7:26 PM.
Recording stopped.